Hello ladies and gentlemen. I thought I would just take my MG ZTT for a little spin and maybe giving it a wash, because it has been sitting for a number of weeks now, as you might know already if you watched my previous video. So on the tour down to the car wash facilities, I thought I would just show you a couple of modifications that I've done to this car, because as you know, most of these cars have the halogen projector headlamps, which are terrible. In fact, like if it's like autumn, raining, dark roads, you almost can't see nothing. But I have also fitted some aftermarket xenons in the low beams and a quite expensive set of LED bulbs for the high beams, which has done magic to the visibility in dark driving conditions. So I will just get down the road where the conditions are better for filming such things and show you what kind of difference it makes. So let's get on with it. So you join me inside my ZTT, where I thought you might see what kind of difference it makes with aftermarket xenons and LEDs in the headlight. So just waiting for a little bit more clear roads so I can demonstrate how lights work without blinding people. I just have to be careful, because filming with a phone whilst driving isn't exactly legal, so I will not do it for a long time, because we have to take safety seriously, of course. So we are currently on low beam on aftermarket xenons, and there we have the high beams with the LED kit, which is a Philips kit of high beam bulbs, LEDs, extremely efficient bulbs, very nice and bright light output. Just wait for this car to pass by, and there you can see. I do not know how good you can see this or how visible it is with me just filming with my phone, but it's excellent lighting to drive with when it's dark outside. Much better than original ones. Feels much safer, much more relaxing to drive. I can highly recommend it. I do not know how legal this is worldwide, but it's not necessarily legal here either, so I tend to remove it before car is due for inspection. But in the meantime, I do the setup lighting wise after my own preferences. So now we shall continue down to the car wash facilities, so I will catch you there. So viewers, there we are. Finally we have given this old dinosaur a wash, a good wash, getting off a lot of ice and snow. Winter tires are on. These tiny wheels actually look a bit ridiculous on this car, but it didn't follow this car, that should be said. These are 15-inch Mega Acera alloy wheels that came with my Rover 75, which is fair enough. Look decent on that one too, but I swapped winter wheels between my cars because this one came with original 16-inch Rover union alloys for winter wheels, and those look awful on the ZT. They look absolutely out of place. So I switched between them because union alloys looks magnificent on the Rover 75. So this turn, no, I won't be that bad to this car. I've had this car for almost 3 years now. A lot of work has been done to it. I don't think I will go through all of that now. I think I will need to make another video, an own video, just about what I have done with this car. If you're interested in knowing what I have done to this car, leave a comment, and I will sure do that, because it is a lot. There are more stuff needed doing. Engine rebuild, as I have mentioned before. It has been driving very nicely, apart from the rear wheel bearing that has starting making noise again, so that will be the second time I change them. I did the foolish decision of buying cheap aftermarket wheel bearings for this car. Waste of money, waste of time, don't do it. You'll just see yourself doing it in far too short time over again. But another thing I noticed driving down here as the car started warming up, I could notice a certain smell. Not coolant, that's something else. I'm not sure if you can see what that is. That has started to go wet, or what that is on the oil filler cap. And there, and there, yeah, and that is fibers from the bonnet insulation. We had mice visitors here, so the distinct smell of mice poo became very, what should I say, present, shall I say. It's an awful sound, it's dangerous to breathe in. So I'll try to source another bonnet insulator for this car and check over all the wirings and such to make sure there isn't damaged anything, because those bastards like to destroy things, chewing through wires, insulators, everything. Nasty stuff. But yeah, here we have the 1.8 liter K series turbo. As I've mentioned before, I love this engine. Of course, when it is healthy. This one isn't. The head gasket, as I have mentioned before, is low. It runs very fine right now, or just for now, for a short trip in the local area every now and then. I have put rad sealer in it, which is should be forbidden really, but it's just so I can take the car for a little ride every now and then, because I haven't got the space to store it inside. So that's the only solution until I can do an engine rebuild, or I have considered buying a used MG6 1.0 turbo from England, but it all depends on the cost of shipping it over here. But it is something I have considered doing, because everybody who knows these cars now knows that they are better engines. lots of issues have been improving, much more reliable engine. So that's of course a much simpler option, changing or swapping engine rather than rebuilding what we have here. The whole powertrain will be taken away from the car because this car also have failing clutch hydraulics. As you might know, that's also a common issue. I've bled the clutch now several times, but it only works for a short period of time, and then it's starting to be difficult to put in gear, and it's also juddering when I pull off from standstill. The clutch is juddering, so I think I will have to just renew the complete clutch system, flywheel, clutch, hydraulics, put a metal master cylinder in it, and so on. So that's what we have planned for this car in the future. I'm not sure when I will do it because I have my 75 that I have spent quite a lot of time and money putting back together now for the past 2 years, and that has to go first, or have the first priority. Looking very much forward to that. So this poor car will have its time sometime in the future. So it is due for inspection now in January. I will send it through the inspection to see how it goes. It shouldn't be too bad because all of the brakes I have renewed over the 3 years, and front suspension, lot of work, shock absorbers all the way around, lots of work has gone into this. But I am suspecting I have to do the rear suspension on this one as I did with the 75. The rear suspension has been refurbished one time before by a previous owner, where it has been painted in a funky blue color. It looks awful, it isn't right, I hate it. So at some point, yeah, we have that sticker, of course we have. But sometime in the future I will also drop the rear suspension on this one and refurbish the subframe, paint that as I did with my 75, and change the upper and lower control arms. Excellent kit that you get from discount MG Road Spares. Lots of parts on this car comes from MG Road Spares, also on my 75. Of course, I've bought a lot from Rimmer Brothers as well, but I kind of prefer discount MG Road Spares over Rimmer Brothers, actually. But yeah, I won't favorize any of them before another any further than that because I need them both to keep this car alive. So yeah. So I think we will round out this video with saying thank you so much for watching this video. It means quite a lot to me that you watch it. I actually do this to kind of challenge myself because my self-confidence isn't the best, honestly. So I found this platform a good place to kind of challenge myself a little bit. So yeah, if the videos sometimes seem a bit stuttery, or what should I say, or I suddenly break after filming and start filming something else, it's because sometimes I lose my speech, if I can say it that way. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Considering subscribing if you want to, and hit the like button. See you again.